My name is Chelsea McNeil. I'm, as Sharon said, I'm the Director of Education, Employment, and Social Enterprise here at Choices for Youth. And we believe fundamentally that we can end youth homelessness here in our province. To do that, Choices for Youth is an agency that is looking to impact change across the continuum of development for youth in our community, whether that's assistance with housing and shelter, basic needs, family interventions and family supports, mental health supports, education or employment. We really feel all of those create the pathway towards independence. Michelle, you can keep going. So our purpose of our organization, certainly, and the purpose of this project, is to assist youth aged 16 to 29 to achieve their personal goals of further education and competitive environment. We know that's a little bit more complicated than just certainly resume writing and traditional job searches. Our NLWIC project has been designed to understand the actual barriers facing young people in our community to connect with those systems. Michelle? How we work, just tops of trees, we work from a trauma-informed and recovery-oriented practice. We prioritize harm reduction in the way in which we approach all of our programming. Our philosophical commitment to housing first. If you don't have housing, the rest of these things are actually really hard to do, particularly employment. And finally, we believe in youth empowerment and positive youth development, and all embedded all through our programming. Whether it's employment through social enterprise or through our educational programming, we prioritize that approach, or all of those approaches, in all the work we do. Michelle, next slide. Our program design, so we believe everyone has potential. We do that through a personal development and choice perspective in terms of our training programs, which Rory will talk about. We prioritize youth employment and transitional methods of employment through social enterprise. And then in order to do that, and the magic sauce required is certainly to prioritize individualized supports to meet those basic needs, build confidence, and then subsequently assist in designing a future. And that young person, that choice allows that young person to self-actualize. Next slide. Rory.
Hey everybody, I tend to talk fast, but that's going to pay off well because we got 8 minutes, right? So my name is Rory Lambert. I'm the training lead here at Choices for Youth, and the training that we develop is sector specific. We really emphasize the choice in Choices for Youth, allowing young people to try on a variety of different vocations, things like trades and construction, entrepreneurship, food service and food preparation, customer experience, and even creative arts. So we really believe in offering young people a choice of what careers they want to try on for size, and the choice to move on to a different one if it's not really their fit. We want to expose them to all those different opportunities and what careers look like in those fields, provide them with education, help them with their GED. We also provide them a core curriculum of power skills. Those 5 categories of our power skills are housing, person, career, finances, and leadership. We want young people to be their best selves at home so they can be their best selves at work. Next slide, please, Michelle. So we provide a support framework. We focus on the whole person. We meet them where they are. We discover what their dreams are, what their barriers are, and how can we overcome the barriers to get to the dreams. That's really what we work on, a real holistic approach to employment and education. Next slide, please. So we have a variety of social enterprises that young people can then go on to work in, and our training programs provide feeders for those programs. Young people that engage in our trades and construction program, for example, are then eligible to interview for a spot in our impact construction social enterprise. The shop likewise has a manufacturing and production program, and our neighborhood boutique thrift store has a customer experience program. We really want young people to do the training, see if they're interested, and then do a professional interview to try and move into that social enterprise, gain more experience, and then, as my colleagues like to say, we're the only place in the world where we train people to the max, then we kick them out and move them on to something hopefully better. We believe the social enterprise is an effective mechanism for workforce development. Next slide, please. So the big question is, how might we create workforce development initiatives that work for vulnerable youth? And that's what we're really exploring in the NLWIC program by really taking a look at what are the barriers to employment that young people are experiencing all across our province, not just here in on the Avalon Peninsula where Choices for Youth currently operates. So what we really work on is coming up with ideas, developing our training, measuring the impacts of that training, and then taking the measurements and then using that to innovate and improve our training. We are always in the prototyping phase. We're always learning. There's never a cohort of a program that ends and I go, yep, that was perfect. We are always innovating and improving and trying to create better opportunities for young people. Next slide, please. So we're going to hand it over now to Matthew Cooper, who's going to talk about our community research. Matthew, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Good morning. I'm actually at a retreat in Halifax this morning, although I do live in St. John's. But so I'm going to make this quick, and then I'm going to have to jump off the call, so apologies for that. So my name is Matthew Cooper, and I work for Inspiring Communities as an evaluator. I was contracted to develop as an evaluator while providing a hybrid evaluation for this NLWIC project. So to talk about the hybrid evaluation, it's a traditional evaluation that's formative and summative, but it's also mixed with developmental evaluation. The easiest way to describe developmental evaluation is if a project was a race and you had a start and a finish, then formative is at the beginning and summative is at the end, and developmental evaluation is running along the race with the people watching in real time. So it's a non-linear development. Considering that we have 1 minute left, I'm going to move on to what we found, because I know that that was mentioned as an important part. So it's a lot to go through in a minute, but a lot of our major themes is that listening is a crucial foundation, but it's also really difficult to do properly. Protocols and procedures that we often put to help people can create their own barriers if we're not careful. Many youth have a strong sense of disillusionment and hopelessness, but they also are very quick to jump at an opportunity. And COVID has highlighted our need for adaptability and flexibility, especially in systems thinking. Many of the issues that we are constantly juggling are intrinsic and difficult to delineate, like issues around race, gender, and power dynamics. And roughly right methodology gets more done than planning stagnation. If anyone has any questions about developmental evaluation, please reach out to me. I'm sure our contacts will be available. And thank you so much.
Yeah, just the last word. We know that COVID's changed everything. Young people are facing different barriers in midstream of this project, and the barriers have changed dramatically. So as Matthew said, it was the importance of that iterative process. Our next steps, we have a lot of really rich consultation data and prototyping data with these interventions and these approaches. And now we're on the precipice of launching our cross-provincial survey. And we look forward to sharing those results with you folks in the coming months.